This is bound to make them think twice. Let's begin. Now, of course, as we all know, the cost of train journeys, well, when the drivers can actually be bothered to turn up and are not striking, of course, can be bloody expensive, can't they? Unless, of course, you book a very long time in advance. Which is why there are probably certain few people out there who I'm pretty sure qualify as grade A bellends, try to cheat the system and either jump the barriers at the stations or somehow sneak onto the train without paying, who are probably hoping they won't get caught by the ticket inspector. Well, the bad news for them is that the fine they may receive will be going up by quite a lot if this story from the Sun is anything to go by. Of course, they may also have another reason for that other than to deter people. Oh no, we need to make up for the money we're losing during the strikes. Tibble, think of something quickly, please. Well, I heard that if you click that subscribe button down there, then you will be entitled to a free train ticket to go to a random place of my choosing. So why not give it a push? The article says that passengers travelling on a train without a ticket will have to pay up to £100 fine, up from £20. And rail firms say that dodgers cost them £240 million a year. The five-fold increase is being introduced by the Department of Transport after concerns that the current amount is not enough of a deterrent. Passengers without a ticket will be issued with the fine on top of the price of their ticket for their journey. If they pay within 21 days, it will be reduced to £50. And this is the first increase to penalties for fare dodging in 17 years, after laws were voted for in Parliament on Wednesday. Now, in general, I'm actually in favour of this because I have to pay for the train if I want to go somewhere, to like London, for example. So if I've got to pay, then everyone's got to pay. Unless, of course, you're exempt for some reason. But there may be a few instances where you could wrongly get a fine, I'm guessing. Like, of course, if you miss a connection because your train came in late, which, to be honest, is no fault of your own, but hopefully in that case, you will actually be able to use the ticket that you originally had. But then, of course, as tickets become digital, what happens if your phone battery dies and you don't actually have a charger with you to charge it? And I suppose people could argue, well, that's your fault, you should have brought your charger along, because trains do actually have plugs on them nowadays, don't they? So there's no excuse for that, really, is there? Although there could be other cases, like, for example, on the very rare cases that you may have to, unfortunately, sit in first class because the train is packed and completely full, especially if you're disabled and there's no seats or areas for you to actually go throughout the rest of the train. But yet your ticket only covers you for that journey. Which makes me think, to be honest, 20 quid on top of a train journey is not too much money for someone to find, is it? I mean, that's a naughty telling off, but £100, what happens if someone can't actually pay that? And in which case, there's kind of sneaky wording, isn't it? Because if you pay it within 21 days, then it's a £50 fine, and raising to £100 after that. So technically, it's a £50 fine, not a £100 fine. Although either way, don't get me wrong, people should pay for their train journeys and then they wouldn't have a fine at all, would they? A spokesman for the Department of Transport said, "We need penalty fares to act as a proper deterrent, and we are putting in place a modern system that will help create a more sustainable railway. Fare dodging costs the rail industry about £240 million each year, according to the Rail Delivery Group. Ongoing industrial action and more people working from home have left rail bosses looking for ways to boost their revenue." Hang on a minute, boost revenue? Sounds like a bit that they're counting on people to get a fine, doesn't it? I mean, who knows? They may even prefer it in the long run because they'll be getting more money, I'm guessing. Just like maybe in this video, with another one of those nasty TV licence letters. Anyway, subscribe for more and I'll see you in the next one.